Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagdambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Mahabharata 379. As you may remember, Bhishma had fallen. A thirst, an unquenchable thirst, was torturing him. He said that he was thirsty. Duryodhana brought him sweet water and syrups and wines from his tent. But Bhishma refused it all and said, "Send for Arjuna. I want to see Arjuna." Arjuna was sent for. The Pandavas hurried to the side of Bhishma. Bhishma smiled with great difficulty and said, "Arjuna, my child, I'm thirsty. You are the only person who can satisfy my thirst." Arjuna saluted him. He went and brought his Gandiva. Arjuna invoked Parjanya and shot an arrow into the ground very near the head of Bhishma. The earth opened up and a fountain of sweet, clear water rose up. It had the sweetness and the perfume of Amrita, the nectar of the gods. It was Ganga who came to quench the thirst of her beloved child. Bhishma looked at all his grandchildren and said, "Only Arjuna and Krishna know this incantation. They are Nara and Narayana. Duryodhana, my child, now that I've fallen, you have no chance of winning the war. Please listen to me. Let all this enmity end with my death. I have told you it's not possible to defeat the Pandavas. I have not been defeated even by my guru Bhargava. And this Arjuna has killed me. If this war is not stopped now, you will all die. Perish. Please listen to me. Do as I say. Stop this war." Duryodhana sat silent. Bhishma knew that his words of advice fell on deaf ears. They were all there for a while. Seeing that Bhishma was suffering intense pain, all of them left his presence one by one, after saluting him and taking the dust of his feet. Bhishma closed his eyes, and his mind was set firmly towards the higher world. He forgot the earth and all the miseries of this world. Chapter 16, Radeya and Bhishma. Radeya was stunned when he heard that Bhishma had fallen. He was sitting in his tent. He looked like one on whom a thunderbolt had fallen. He could do nothing. He could speak no words. Words would not come. To him, sitting alone in his tent, came Duryodhana. The two friends embraced each other. Till now, Duryodhana was stunned. He couldn't cry. But now, at the sight of his friend, at the touch of his hands, his sorrow broke out. He sobbed into the bosom of Radeya. He cried, and then he stopped. It looked as though there were no more tears to shed. He was limp with the great shock. Radeya tried his best to comfort him. It was all to no purpose. Radeya made the unfortunate king lie down on his own bed and soothed him with loving words. Kind nature took pity on the poor unfortunate Duryodhana. His eyes closed and slowly he slept. Radeya was sitting by his side looking at the form of his dear friend, the friend to whom he had given his heart and everything that was dear to him. His life was to be given up in a few days for the sake of this man, this Duryodhana who meant everything to him. He had no regrets. These few moments with Duryodhana had given him enough strength to face the Pandavas the next day in battle. Yes, tomorrow he would have to meet his dear brothers on the field of battle. So he sat for a long time. After a while he got up. The night was no longer young. He could now go to Bhishma. There was silence everywhere. Not a soul was awake. Shocked as they were by the fall of Bhishma, the Kauravas were all sleeping the sleep of sheer exhaustion. Radeya hurried with quick and silent steps toward the place on the field where the Kuru ancient had fallen. His mind was in a turmoil. He was nervous about going to Bhishma. Bhishma had never liked him. Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.